So, as you can see outside, it's a fucking miserable day. It's pretty cold in here, so yes, I thought I'd do another game room tour. I know what you're thinking, not another goddamn tour of this room. But I've got a cup of tea here. And yes, I've got the room pretty much how I want it now. So, you can see pretty much everything I've got now. There's nothing really stored away. So I thought I'd do another tour of the room. So here we go. So yes, obviously got my TV. It's pretty crap now. It's just a Hitachi 46-inch LCD, not LED or anything like that. Yeah, it does the job. At the sides we've got the Mission speakers for the surround. Up top we've got an Acoustic Solutions speaker, not a good brand, but I'm not really too fussed about centre speaker because I've not got a subwoofer for this system anyway. With some shitty Sony headphones around it, just keeping them there, sort of thing. Here we've got the 14-inch old school TV and DVD combo, and that is solely for light gun games. Here you can see we've got like the PlayStation 2 hooked up with Area 51, Time Crisis and Die Hard Trilogy sat there. I'm also going to be trying that gun with is it Vampire Knight and Time Crisis 2, which are both PS2 games. I've read that the PS2 sort of Namco light gun games are compatible with the original G-Con, so that's got G-Con mode on it, that gun, obviously. So yeah, moving down, it's actually quite dark in here. It being a drab day, turn the light on. So yeah, we got the Sega Saturn, which is one of the consoles that I really sort of make a considered effort to try and actually complete the collection, but it is obviously ongoing. Got over a third of the games, as I always say. I've not actually counted them recently, so I'm not really sure completely where the status of the collection is. To the left of that we got the Mega Drive 2 and Mega CD 2. Probably the console that I've got the most games for, possibly, although I do have a lot of PlayStation 2 games, so I may be wrong. Moving over to the left again, PS3 and Xbox 360. Obviously recently lost my job, so not sure when I'm going to get a PS4. Xbox One's just too pricey for what it is, to be honest. You won't lure me over with a bit of Titanfall, to be honest. Over here we've got, I should also add that the Kinect for the 360 as well. We've got the Master System 2, which is the version that isn't compatible with the 3D card or anything like that. 3D cards, card games, should I say, and the glasses and that. So yeah, below that we've got Philips CDI, which is a piece of junk, really. I mean, most of these consoles are connected, but there's no reason to connect up a Philips CDI. So here's my Yamaha receiver that I've had for must be 7 years now. Still does the job, still works. Not really got any aspiration to change that as long as it's working. So old workhorse. Moving down, Obviously we've got a extension lead in the corner for all the plugs. Got a Dreamcast that's not connected at the moment, with a VGA box at the back there, so can play some VGA Dreamcast when it is connected. Original Xbox down there with a kind of copy controller, like a Chinese copy of a original Xbox controller. I do have the original big fat controllers and things like that, but we'll have a look at them later. To the right of that, N64, not got an expansion pack or anything like that in it, just the standard jumper pack. We've got the NES. I don't really play this much. It's a bit of a pain in the arse with the chip, the anti-piracy chip that just like flashes. So need to take that apart at some time and snip the connections for that. I believe it's like where the chip's soldered in, you just snip the connections. So to the right of that, Super Nintendo, great system, but I mean compared to the Mega Drive, the games are a bit pricier. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in the UK, I think the Mega Drive was a lot, well, certainly where I lived, the Mega Drive was a lot more popular than the Super Nintendo, so the games for the Super Nintendo are a bit harder to come by. So yeah, we'll move left. Here we've got a stack of CD case type affairs. We've got some PlayStation demo discs, we've got some CDI, VCDs and games and interactive encyclopedias, all the sort of garbage that you get on the Philips CDI. To the left of them, we've got some of the PlayStation 2 games that I've got about 170, I think. Yeah, and on top of that, we've got Headhunter for the Dreamcast, which shouldn't be there, it should be on the opposite side of the room. And then we've got all my Xbox games for the original Xbox. Yeah, and a tea towel, which I used to mop up some tea that I just spilt before I started doing this video. To the left of that, excuse me, at the bottom we got the PlayStation 1 games, some more demo discs. Basically everything's busting off the shelf there. An original Xbox hard disk, because I had an Xbox with a failed optical drive, so I basically disassembled it, took the hard disk out, and then chuck the rest of it in case I need an Xbox hard disk. Here we got some Wii games. Never really play on the Wii. I've not actually got a Wii hooked up down here. Do have my Wii U upstairs, but my Wii's behind the chairs in its box. Then we got some Xbox 360 games, which continues. Oh yeah, we got the, should say, we got the Wii U games there. I've only got 3. And more Xbox 360. And then we got the PS3 and some 360 on top of that. And then just like, oops, I spilled tea on my PS Vita charger, which isn't good, and then there's more tea there. Yay, let's mop it all up. Fake Chinese copy of Super Mario Bros. 3. Wow. So yes, stepping back and looking here, we got the 2 armchairs, and also not very full-bodied puff type thing, beanbag, whatever you call them, which isn't really that great, to be honest. And you know, behind there there's boxes, like console boxes, and you got the Cabela's Survival of Katmar, whatever it's called, down there as well. On that chair there, you just got some stuff dumped. And behind, if I can actually get in, you can see, no, it's obscured by a box, and that one's obscured by envelopes. We've got the other two speakers that are the same as the missions behind the chairs. Not the ideal place to put them audio wise, but it's just convenient, and I'm not really too bothered about having surround sound anyway. A lot of the time I just use the TV's built-in speakers. So yeah, just stuff dumped on there. Here we got more PlayStation 2 games to add to the ones on the other side of the room there. Yeah, so quite a few PS2 games. Down here we've got the Sega Saturn collection. There are more games behind. You can't really, camera can't really pick them up, but these games do go all the way to the back. We've got some, you know, Japanese stuff. We've got the Action Replay cart there. So yeah, that's one of my favourite collections right there. Above that, we've actually got some more Xbox games. They shouldn't really be there. Super Nintendo, everything's just rammed on here because I'm running out of space, to be honest. Got some NES games, DS, Guitar Hero, pile of crap. Some Mega CD games. Behind all this, we've got Dreamcast stuff. We've got the games there. We've got 2 stacks of games, and we've got just like new controllers in boxes and rumble packs and things like that. So yes, moving above that, we've got a couple of PSPs. This one's needs a new analog stick on it, doesn't really work, but that's Piano Black 2003 model, which is the Slim, I believe. The Slim and Light. We've got a pink DS. Well, we've got a pink DS there, that's the box. Game Boy Advance, obviously, and a PSP Essentials pack, and a Street PSP, which is a cut down piece of crap with no Wi-Fi on it or anything, so that sucks really. Yeah, we've got some couple of boxed Game Boy Advance games. Yeah, Street Fighter Alpha 3 and Final Fight. Just some random shit there. And then we got the start of the Mega Drive collection, or the end of the Mega Drive collection, depending on what your viewpoint is. So yeah, just all sorts of Mega Drive games there. Up here we've got some cartridge only Mega Drive games and a copy of Grand Theft Auto 2. Yeah, so all very small compared to that cartridge. Virtua Racing, Game Boy Advance games, some DS, a couple of Game Boy thingamabobs. Up here, you know, well at the back you got more Mega Drive boxed as well, and then you got up here boxed Mega Drive games and Nintendo 64 games. A couple of Explorer cheat systems. This is the Big Daddy with the thing where you can make your own cheats. It's supposed to be pretty lame, to be honest, from what I've seen. So yeah, what else is there? We've got the boxes here. This first one is full of controllers and things like that, memory cards. We've got the Super Nintendo Scoremaster, Sega Saturn controllers, Wii controller, PlayStation, Mega Drive, just all sorts really. We've got an iToy in there for the PS2. So yeah, that's just where I've put all of my controllers for easy access, so I know where they all are. And below this we've just got some official PlayStation magazines. The reason they're in this box is, and you know, basically the reason why I've kept these is just because they're like really mint. And over there I've got all the demo discs for them as well. I didn't buy these originally. They came with a job lot of PlayStation games, so I thought I'll keep them, and like I say, they are kind of mint. So yeah, that's a more in-depth look at the game room. Now I've got it kind of set up more how I want it. Oh yeah, in the top you just got some couple of Mega Drives complete in box, and just some PlayStation. So yeah, now I've got the room how I want it, with most of the stuff hooked up. I just thought I'd do another tour. Enjoying playing my games in here at the minute with some beers, and life is good. Top stuff. Thanks for watching, and if you've never seen any of the classic retro game room videos before, don't forget to subscribe, and there'll be plenty more to come.